What is up, guys? I'm back after forever, and this is not a usual video. Well, I don't know why I said that, because it is. Right here is the clutch off of my Honda gx120. You see anything about it? These are normal. That's where the chain touches and stuff. I'm talking about, yeah, just take a look. Just get a good look. That's right, this thing ruined the clutch. It ruined this $12 clutch off Amazon, which it's $12, I'm not surprised. In case you're wondering why my fingernails look so bad, I have a really bad nail biting problem. But yeah, it's a set of screws. I still use a bolt because I don't trust it. And the brass bushing. Look at all that play. That's from the brass bushing. That brass bushing in there is shot. It is shot, the brass bushing. And that is the culprit. That's the reason this clutch is put down. I put this clutch down. I retired it because it basically bit the dust. My tripod is nasty and dirty. Yeah, so you see, it is just, it's shot. Watch when I spin it. Did it fine that time? There it went. It went, you. It's from all of this. It's from this. All that play. And it's ruined. So I got a new one. And the new one has a higher engagement. One, it has a higher engagement RPM. And two, it's better quality. It costed a lot more money. It's a $60 clutch. $60 clutch marked down to $25. So I said, bet that brass bushing that's in here on that new one is not a brass bushing, it's ball bearing. It's a ball bearing. There it is. On there. It's a nice clutch. It's a very nice clutch. My chain's really loose. I'm trying to get it a little bit looser so I can take some links out of it. Hasn't come off on me ever. It came off on this one a lot, but that one does fine. And the alignment's exact same. So yeah, new clutch on there, and man, this thing hauls it. I've done a couple. Some of you guys have been wondering, yo, what are the mods you done to this thing? I have a Dremel somewhere. I have to show you here. So I ported the intake here. This inside here. It's pretty high flow. There's no restrictions stock. But I opened it up. It's got a stock filter in there. I put this old airbox that was originally on the engine. The video I made whenever I got this thing revived, I got this engine on here. It had a brand new airbox. I put the old one back on there. The other one's more restrictive. That airbox, without being ported, was faster than the old one, and you could hear it breathe now. And then I ported it, and porting it made a world of a difference. It's faster, quite faster. Done some work to this muffler here. I also got this fender on. Can you see anything in there? No, spark arrestor's gone. I took the muffler off and I ripped the spark arrestor out of there. I was pulling it and ripping it to pieces. I ripped it out of there. the carburetor, I jetted the carburetor. I jet the carb. This isn't the very best carb that comes with this, because even with the old video, when it was a stock, it didn't pull. I mean, it had that dead spot. It still does have a dead spot. I've tried fixing that. This carburetor's not meant for this engine. I thought it was, but this engine's actually made for a gx160. This engine's made for a gx160, and I've got a gx120. Also, if y'all want to know how old this engine is, it was made in 1990. It's when the engine was built. In 1990, the manufacturing date. So that's an old engine. It's very old. I don't even know if Honda makes the gx120. I think they do, but sorry, I was drinking my Mountain Dew. But yeah, I've done a little bit of work to it. The front forks are bent. I never really noticed that. They're bent toward the front. I never noticed it until I looked at my old one, and they're straight. My other one, and they're straight. So, yeah, I've got a new back tire on there. The other tire, it was wore down to the cords. So I got a better one. It's also a V-tread. Looks like a stock tire, kind of. Off Amazon for $20. I got 2 of them for $20. I was thinking about buying another one for this one, because it's looking a little shy in my, but I have that one. But besides the point, after I bought these 2 tires, they were off. They were out of stock when I bought those 2. Yeah, I bought those 2, and then they went out of stock, and then they stopped selling them. The brand is Massfix. Yeah, Massfix. Look at the brand new one here. That one's already worn in some. That's this one, yeah. Massfix. These are tubeless tires. You have to... Boy, these things are a pain to switch over. If any of you have ever switched over a mini bike tire before, it requires multiple screwdrivers. For one, multiple screwdrivers, removal of the back tire. Yeah, it takes a lot of stuff. Well, proved you wrong. Proved some people wrong. I like to do things my way, and I used 1 screwdriver and my feet. 1 screwdriver and my feet. I was standing on it, my feet and my knees. These tubeless tires, they have the rim on the bead, where the bead of the tire will seat, which is, this right here is where the bead seats, is right there. It's real thick. Anyway, yeah, these tires say 7 PSI, but that seemed flat. That seemed pretty low, not enough. So I just went with the stock pressure that the mini bike is rated for, and that is 10 PSI, and it does just fine. Oh God. Excuse me, but anyway, gosh, these tires are really nice tires. This part right here is already worn off right here. These little bumpy parts. And the little thinky thingies from riding on the street. These are off-road tires, and I ride on the street. I do a little off-road. Also, the first video I made, I took off. I had no brake caliper. I had no brakes at all. Well, that problem was solved, as you can see. Now, also in that video, this is what I cut it off with, because I had no clue how to adapt this for that. Well, I figured it out. So if you guys put like a Honda gx120 or Predator on there, right out of the bottom of the kill switch right there, right out of the bottom of the kill switch is this wire. Well, you unplug that wire. See where I'm going? Because that wire, this wire right here, there's a wire that's attached to this wire. This wire right here, there's a wire attached to that. You unplug the wire that's attached to this and plug it in to the one that comes with the mini bike, the harness that comes with the mini bike. You plug this in, not that, this in, the other end. And then ground your cable, ground it, put a ground that I just grounded it to the engine mounting bolt, the engine block. And now the kill switch up here works. But this kill switch doesn't do anything now. This engine, I don't know if it has a low oil cutoff. Yeah, it does. It has a low oil cutoff. And I don't know how to disable that. But I've never had any problems with a low oil cutoff on this thing. It's never died on me. It does. I did change the oil recently. It was quite full. If you sit on the back of the seat, this thing does a wheelie. And it'll flip over. So you gotta watch that. But yeah, I modified that muffler, the intake, and apparently it has, I guess you could say, a high flow carburetor, because that carburetor is made for a bigger engine. And this throttle screw right here is a Phillips. So I backed it out, so that way it kicked in at valve float. So it's almost revving as if it has no governor. With a governor, that's how it revs. That right there goes to about 5,000, 5,500 RPM. Just right where valve float is. And without the governor, it goes to 6,000. So, you know, it goes and then it kicks in. It's like, whoa. But it does alright. It pulls hard. Got that new clutch on there, and it's really good. That clutch didn't have good reviews. This guy was like, it shoots sparks and stuff. I mean, it had a lot of good reviews, but like they were saying that like it wasn't fitting and it didn't come with set screws. Well, that tells me that, because mine came with set screw and I'm using them, but I also have a bolt in there because I don't trust set screws. Trust me, you guys don't know my experience with this old one. But I had the set screws. I was using them. See, this has set screws. I was using them. And the whole clutch was slowly sliding off the crankshaft. Slowly sliding off. Didn't even know it until it was rubbing against my leg. I barely had my leg was like, the end of the pedal was like right here. So I was barely on the pedal, the foot peg. And the clutch was rubbing against my boot. So I had to hold my boot like that off the ground. Until I put a bolt in there. But I recommend that. I couldn't get a guard on there, but I might make a vid. Let me know, what should I sticker bomb this front fender? Make it look like a mean little mini bike. Make this, I like its stock form, don't get me wrong. And also shout out to Alex. If you're watching this video, just so you guys know, he gets credit. Give him credit down in the comments. Give him some credit because he helped me with this build, and me and him put an equal amount of work into this build. And we probably couldn't have done it without the inspiration of YouTube. People were telling me I need to swap an engine on a Monster Moto. I tried putting a Predator 212 in there. I'd have to do a lot more work to put a Predator in there. And this thing is not as tall as a Predator. So I put that in there. And since I've got those modifications done to it, I'm probably making Predator 212 power. Because a Predator is 6.5 horsepower stock. And that's got a carburetor that's meant for a bigger engine on there, which is freer flowing. I ported the intake and exhaust. which I didn't have to do much to the intake to get it free flowing. And then make it, now the airbox, this part of the airbox right here, fuel does not travel through here, so you can make that as smooth as possible. But if you're working in the cylinder head, or anything after the carburetor, you want to be rough and bumpy. So the fuel is atomized. It breaks the fuel up and it makes it mist in there. It doesn't just go in a big old ball and clump, and then you foul out your engine. Sorry for the shaky camera, but yeah, this mini bike has come a long way, and I have finished it. It's finished. So comment down below. I'm not going to sticker bomb that rear fender just because the exhaust is blowing on it, and I don't want to put an exhaust on there. And because the exhaust is blowing on it, the stickers I put on there will be black. Or should I leave the fenders alone and do the number plate right there and the Monster Moto 80 thing? Maybe I can make my own, like Monster Moto MM120 or something. That'd be cool. I think it would. Monster Moto MM120 on there instead. Print my own little sticker. Make my own Monster Moto MM20. Make a sticker on each side. Make it look good. The number plate, I'm just gonna put probably, I don't know what I put on the number plate. I might just sticker bomb the number plate. I like the seat. But yeah, this was a really good build. It was very fun, and I might have another build planned for y'all. Right here. This is a 1985 Kawasaki KDX80. KDX80. Kawasaki KDX80, yeah. Doesn't run. I might do a build on that. That's not what I was talking about. And yeah, it would be a cool build. It's a 2-stroke, but I have something better. Back there, that's a Honda GX390. 13 horsepower engine. Should I find a big off-road go-kart, like full suspension, independent suspension go-kart? You know, like a Yerf Dog. Not a Yerf Dog, but maybe like a Murray. Or something like that, a Murray. Yeah, that'd be cool to put one on a Murray kilowatt go-kart. Full suspension, you've seen them. If you watch Cars and Cameras, they have a Murray kilowatt that had a Predator 420 on there, which makes the same power as a GX390. But what if I put a 390 on there? Honda GX390 on a Murray kilowatt go-kart. Those Murrays are really good go-karts. So I feel like that's a Honda. But I feel like I would get, a 40 series torque converter on there. Since it's a 1-inch output shaft. And yeah, I will put that on there. I will do that. I think that'd be a great build for me and Alex, since it's going to be very similar to that, because a 390 and a Predator 212, a Predator 420 would fit in a Murray kilowatt pretty good. Just drill the holes and torque converter, stuff like that. I think it'd be a great build. I think so. Comment down below if I should find a Murray kilowatt. They're big though. They're real big. Murray kilowatt would be freaking sick. Or should I find somebody, or should I get a welder, a good welder, not a Harbor Freight welder, a good welder like Eastwood or something, an Eastwood welder. Good, gas and electric welder. And weld that puppy up. Make my own. Or should I make a stiff chassis go-kart, like a yard cart, with slicks, just because so I can drift around in the grass and not tear it up? Or should I get one of those and put a Predator 212 on? I originally had an idea of getting a yard cart and putting that 120 on there until I got another mini bike. And that, I figured that would be better, and it is, because that is that's way better anyway. And I'm having issues with my tripod. That's good right there. Yeah, so comment below, and now I'm gonna do a flyby. So yeah, it goes the top speed. I also have that governor screw out. I set it not all the way out because then it surges like really hard whenever I'm driving. So I have it set so it doesn't surge. And I'm gonna do the 30. It goes 30 miles per hour, and it doesn't float the valves, but it's right there at valve float. And that's all it goes is 30. Without the governor, it'll go 35 probably. I don't want to remove that governor on that old of an engine, and because it's a genuine Honda engine, I don't want to take the governor wheel out of there. So that's what I'll do. I'm gonna set you up right here. Okay, I'll be right back. that is the video. Build is complete. I might sticker bomb it and stuff like that, but other than that, I'm not doing anything else to this thing. So, like and subscribe. Give Alex some love. Alex, if you see this video, comment down below. His YouTube guys is MotoLife23. So if you see him, give him some love because he helped me with this build. And that's all. So, peace out.